Hello and good evening, wizards, witches, warlocks, sorcerers, and other splendid spell slingers. Tonight, we're going to open some Strixhaven set boosters. I've already opened up some because I could not hold the anticipation. So, I'm going to show you what I got. I'm going to start off with the lands, but, well, I'm going to start off with that first card I showed you, which I wasn't really mad about. But I'm going to start off with the lands, just so you can see which lands I got. And somewhere in the middle of this video, I'm going to throw in a Kaldheim code for the pre-release packs, because I had more than one, so throughout my videos I'm just going to scatter like pre-release codes for the arena packs, because you can only use one of the pre-release codes per pre-release. So if you haven't used a Kaldheim one, you can use one of those. I'll be putting a Strixhaven one in one of the future videos. Just trying to use it what I got first. If you do use the code that I put in the video, just say something in the comments, you know, like use the code or something like that, you know, just to let others know not to search through the video for it. That, you know, they can just turn off the video at that point. They're not going to keep watching if they're just watching to get the code. But yeah, now that I'm done rambling, let's set up the cards. And since Wizards, you know, there's many different schools throughout Magic's history, I'm going to start off with this card, which is not from the set boosters. I mean, it's not a good card. It's not particularly valuable, but I'm hoping it's in here somewhere in the Strixhaven set boosters, because it fits the flavor. This is Wizard School. It's from back in Homelands, and it just really makes sense for that card to be in there, right? So let's get to it. With no further ado, this is one of the islands. Sorry, I just freaked out there for a second. Random noises scraping against my window. And then this is a foil mountain that I got in there. I really like this mountain. I like the way the background of the fire looks. It's very mountainous. It's got those lore holdy things in the back, but as you can see, I just opened this like not 10-15 minutes ago. It's already curling. So we're not doing better on the curling for these. This plains though, I love how I love the foil lands. I don't really care for the academy in the back, but I like the way that sun looks, this whole area. And then that's a non-foil one, but I got it the same one. This forest, I'm hoping to get one of these in foil, because I would love to see the way they do the little background there. And it reminds me of the predatory forest from the Jumpstart packs. I'm so sad I didn't get any miscuts from Jumpstart. I paid so much for so many packs of Jumpstart. I mean, I'm glad I bought them, because at the end of the day, everything else is pretty much a repeat. That's just such a cool set. So I have some English ones, and I have some Japanese ones thrown about in here. I'm going to start off with Quandrix Command, which was that first card. Quandrix Command is an instant. For 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 colorless. You choose 2 and then there's 4 modes in it. Return target creature or planeswalker to the owner's hand, which is honestly good. Like, you can use that if your planeswalker is about to die, or if your creature has, like, you know, put into the graveyard after this. That's a good time to use cards like this. Counter target counter target artifact or enchantment spell. So another one where, you know, you've just used up that artifact, you're about to throw it to the graveyard, but before you throw it out, boom, return it to your hand. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library. So this is where I'm using this card. I'm using this in Atraxa. I have a Praetor theme in my Atraxa deck, but its sub-theme is definitely Enchantress. I'm going to try to fix out the lights a little bit. I'm trying to get them so that they don't make the cards glare, but you can still read them. But I got enough lighting. I'm not the greatest at this, guys. Teach me. You got. I guess it probably helps if I don't turn off the lights. Or if you got little tips and tricks you use when making your videos, let me know. Right now, I'm just using a little. It's a little stand light. It's a ball. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. I'm not even going to bother trying to show you the light. I'll show it to you another time. Alright, there we go. There's that. We got Tezzeret's Gambit. Tezzeret's Gambit is 3 colorless and a Phyrexian blue, which means you can pay it with blue or 2 life. It's 2 life per mana you're using it for. I mean, this one only lets you use 1. There are ones that let you do multiple, so you can, pay 4, 6, however much for the other ones. Draw 2 cards, then proliferate. Once again, guess where I'm using this card? In Atraxa. Because it's card draw. I do have several cards in there that let me extend my maximum hand size. Then we have Eager First Year. This was just a foil. Nothing special about it. It's got Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Eager First Year gets +1/+0 on the end turn. So you can that's beneficial to you. You're throwing down a few at the same turn. Can make Eager First Year a little big and swing and beat some face. Prismari Apprentice, just another foil I had in there. It has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Prismari Apprentice can't be blocked this turn. If that spell's mana value is 5 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Prismari Apprentice. I do appreciate the foiling. That's one of the reasons I put some of these in here. While the foiling isn't the best in the fact that it curls, the color in that almost yin and yang water flame thing going on. Croson Grip, Mystical Archive. I really like this. I am having such a hard time deciding what deck this is going into. Hall of the Oracles. Hall of the Oracles. Tap, and it adds 1 colorless mana. Tap for 1 and tap this card. Add 1 mana of any color. Tap this card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Activates only as a sorcery, and only if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. So this is definitely for your Prismari deck going on there, for your Spellslinger style deck. Yeah, it doesn't particularly say that. And the looks, I mean, from the look of it, to me, it looks more Silver Quill in design, but its action is very Prismari in that needing a Spellslinger type of deal. Silver Quill. No. Looks Silver Quill. Acts Prismari. There we go. A flickering beacon of righteous corruption. Shine, shadow, snarl. So this is the Silver Quill land. And kind of going with that Harry Potterish lore right there. A flickering beacon of righteous corruption. Sound like Ravenclaw, anybody? Not Ravenclaw, what am I saying? Ooh, you Harry Potter purists are gonna get so mad at me for this. Slytherin. Sounds like Slytherin. Boom. Silver Quill reminds me more of what Ravenclaw was supposed to be, because Ravenclaw wasn't outright evil. Um, so Silverquill gives me their vibes more than Slytherin vibes, even though the whole dad dude thing with Killian is very Draco Malfoy. As Shadow Snarl enters the battlefield, you may reveal a Plains or Swamp card from your hand. If you don't, Shine Shadow Snarl enters the battlefield tap. Obviously, I can't say that 5 times fast. Get over it. Revitalize. I don't know why I did that in that accent. That was not what I was going for. My brain just bugged out on this. Let's see if we can get this. I can't get it too much closer. Let's see the picture right there. Let's go. There we go. Is that better, guys? Let me know. Let's see if I can get that camera to readjust. Revitalize. Instant. You gain 3 life. Draw a card. It's 2. It's an instant. It's uncommon for a reason. I don't see many places where there's not a card for 2 that has a better effect that I wouldn't switch this out for. There's just too many times where I would probably switch this out for something else, just being 100% honest with you. Campus Golem, this was another just foil card that I got in there. I'm just showing you guys so you guys know what kind of comes in the Strixhaven set boosters. These are of course all the booster fun type of cards, you know, the cards that are in there to make the set boosters more appealing, because you know they give you a certain amount of they give you these art cards which are in there too, I believe. I might have put those to the side, but they have 12 cards in the packs, and so each booster is supposed to contain at least one rare or mythic, maybe more, guaranteed foil, and a guaranteed art card. So that's supposed to be the draw of this, that you can get more than one rare or mythic in them, and then you're still going to get a foil on top of that, and the art cards, which the art cards are pretty neat this go around. But we've seen Campus Guide, so I'm just going to move them to the side. I can tell you, I have used Campus Guide in a pre-release event, and I did like the way he worked out. I didn't think I was gonna dig it, but it's a 2/1 colorless, so you don't got to worry about what color mana you get, and you can search your library for a basic land, reveal it, then put it on top of your library, shuffle your library, and then put it on top of your library. So you're not going to be able to use it until next turn unless you do this first and then do your land drop towards the end of the turn, which is what I did sometimes. But, you know, you figure out how you want to do that. You may pay 1, this is Baleful Mastery. It is a black instant, and it says you may pay 1 colorless and 1 swamp rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Exile target creature or planeswalker. If 1 colorless and 1 black was paid, and an opponent draws a card, but if you played the full cost, which is 3 colorless and 1 black, then you know your opponent doesn't draw a card. So it's instead of giving you a direct drawback, it gives your opponent a benefit if you only pay the half of the cost, essentially. So it's kind of, I mean, it's perfect for a school setting because you're taking something from the student, but then you're giving them something, essentially. Village Rights, this was, I don't think this was a card before Kaldheim, but this was a card from Kaldheim that I remember seeing in there. But the flavor is where it's at here. First, I'm going to read what it does. It's 1 black for an instant that reads as an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature. Draw 2 cards. So kind of like the last one, but it gives you a direct drawback. You have to sacrifice a creature. My colleagues revile the barbarity of the Blood Age, but I believe we have much to learn from the magics of the Endless War. Ambrose, Silverquill Dean. So Ambrose is Killian's dad. That's the dude, and he's, you know, I guess, abusive father figure. Who hasn't had an abusive father, right? And I mean that with the utmost solidarity. Flying. When Spellbinder enters the battlefield, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. A spell cast this way costs 2 more to cast. And this is Elite Spellbinder. He is a 2 colorless and 1 white. And he is a 3/1. And this is the world champion somewhat place. I don't know when it is, where it's from. 20 something. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Let's see. Prismari Apprentice, Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Prismari Apprentice can't be blocked this turn. If a... Oh, this wasn't even supposed to go in here, but whatever, we're already reading it. If that spell has mana value 5 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Prismari Apprentice. No one ever created great art by playing it safe. And that was that, oh, that's why I mixed it in here, because it's the same as the foil one we saw a minute ago. But I was so focused on the art, I don't think I even read. And then, this is the Lorehold Snarl. Lorehold. Sounds like, you know, some sort of a banana split character or a Snuffleupagus Muppet. Lorehold. Got a Lorehold for you, buddy. Lorehold this Silverquill, buddy. Get out of here. Your Lorehold and your Silverquill. Fury Calm Snarl. Oh. Damn, I wish I could make this better. Fury Calm Snarl. As Fury Calm Snarl enters the battlefield, you may reveal a mountain, or plains card from your hand. If you don't, Fury Calm Snarl enters the battlefield tapped. And then I'm going to toss this in here. You guys can read it. Pause the video if you want. This is the Kaldheim code. If you use it, please just put it in the comments. Pause the video. I'm giving you enough time. You paused it. You got it. Hopefully you did. Not too bad. It's going away. Let me know in the comments that you've used it. Please don't be that butthead. Say butthead because I'm trying to be nice for YouTube. Not that I'm monetized or anything, but I hope to get there one day. Even if it's just pennies out, you know. Getting something back for my hobby. But I can get more cards and do this. And I want to interact with you guys, trade with you guys. If you guys see stuff that you like in here, that you're looking for, let me know. That way, you know, if I get extras or something, I can trade. We can create a little trading community. You can put in the comments, hey, I'm looking for this. Somebody else who's watching, which isn't anybody right now, but we build this up. Hey, I've got that. I want this other thing. Do you have it? Boom, and there you go. Rutha created constantly, passionately, in hopes of impressing her greatest critic, herself. 1 and a red. For an instant, target creature gets +2/+0, gains first strike until end of turn. Create a treasure token. It's an artifact with Tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Treasure tokens are always good. You know, look at that fire. That's freaking pretty. I love that. And Duress, we've gotten Duress in a few sets at this point, but it's a pretty Duress nonetheless. The Mystic Age, a saga of spells. Magic brought peace to the vast land, but was soon corrupted. I think it would be cool if they would have said 'twas. 'Twas soon corrupted. I just thought of it because I was about to mix but and was. But was delicious. What? Opt. Got a nice little foil opt. That's pretty, isn't it? I got some other cards I want to show you guys because I did get some Japanese cards the other day. I'm just randomly out of a pack, and I do have a Japanese set booster coming soon that I'm going to crack open. That line in there is from the sleeve I put on there. It sat on the sleeve. Sat on the sleeve. That sounds perverted. It was sat on the sleeve, buddy. Valentine, Dean of Vain. So I'm probably going to use Valentine if we do like some sort of specific to Strixhaven game. You know, if we're just playing with the cards from Strixhaven, something, you know, constructed Strixhaven, or, you know, even in a standard deck, he's a 1 black for a 1/1 with menace and lifelink, so that's already got a benefit. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it. When you do, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 1/1 black-green pest creature token with, when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Why wouldn't I do that? Like, it's got its benefit, so, you know, this makes sense. And then we have Lisette, Dean of Root. I am the Root Groot. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain trample until end of turn. Life is as fleeting as it is vibrant. Embrace the brief blessing of a flower before it withers. That is Lisette, Dean of the Root. I did not read it because there was no flavor. Huh. You know, you would think a vampire, for the whole sense of it, would have some flavor, right? Even if it's just iron. I get it. You don't get it. It's alright. Class is in season. Gnarled Professor. Trample. When Gnarled Professor enters the battlefield, learn. You may reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game. Put it into your hand, or discard a card to draw a card. Sorry, that was more of my mycoid voice. That's the one I do for the mushroom creatures, but I mean, this dude looks like a plant Cthulhu. So I ended up doing that voice because typically I do that voice when I have doing that. But I think this dude is probably gonna go on my Slimefoot Stowaway deck that I've been working on forever. I just haven't settled on anything. Eliminate. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. It takes so little energy to erase a person. It's almost like the universe doesn't care that they existed at all. Extasnar. I should have done that in my bad guy voice. I'll do it in my bad guy voice next time. There will be a next time. Eternal Masterpiece. This is a common sorcery for 5 colorless, a blue, and a red. I'm never using this. Never using this. Never. Never. Maybe. I don't know. If the elementals had flying, I'd probably use it. It's for 2/4/4s, so that is nice. So create 2/4/4 blue and red elemental creature tokens. You can pay 2 hybrid mana, 2 Prismari hybrid mana, which is red blue, and discard elemental masterpiece. Create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap and do whatever with it. It makes mana once you tap it. Now, once you tap and sacrifice it. Rutha passed with flying colors. Ha 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 ha. I love the dad joke. I love it. I know it was a forced laugh, but my throat is super itchy right now. I choked on some kratom earlier, and now my throat's all itchy. Necrotic sliver, so I got a nice little it's got that little symbol that means from the set boosters from the list, you know. I hate the username of the list because I try to make it sound like, you know, reserve list. Like, it's not the reserve list. Don't try to manipulate our feelings like that. Papa Hasbro. Not with the manipulation again, Papa Hasbro. Though Volrath is long dead, the slivers have become everything he wanted them to be. Mindless instruments of destruction and despair. Oh, and Necrotic Sliver has, all slivers have 3, sacrifice this creature, destroy target permanent. Yep. Cultivate. Sacrifice your sacrifice. Sacrifice. Don't sacrifice your library unless you're using lab, man. The hell is you gonna be sad? Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put one onto the battlefield tap and the other into your hand, and shuffle. You'd be amazed how much a single plant has to teach you. The set with a bloom deed. Copy target spell you control, except it isn't legendary. If that spell is legendary, double major. I'm totally using this. The problem with this card is I don't know where to use it. I want to use it in everything. Because it lets me copy a creature now. It lets me copy a legendary creature. It makes the copy not legendary, so guess what I can do now? Once I make a copy of it and it's not legendary, I can start copying it with other spells that copy it. So I don't even need to use Sakashima or any of those. Boom, I could just use a freaking I think it's Volrath. Volrath the Shape Stealer lets me do stuff like that. There's a couple different cards. Sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't have to worry about it being legendary anymore. Boom, double major gets around that for me. I love it. And then if I could throw this down, copy target creature, throw down another card that copies target instant, and boom, get down more of my more of this and more of that creature. You know, I do this with a Vorinclex. Oh! I don't know what the opposite of Hallelujah is, but that's what people are going to be wanting to sing. Defiant Strike. 1 white. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card. It's very rare I'm going to use a +1 ability. It's very rare. A +1 instant. Anything that's end of turn, I just don't typically use unless it's attached to a creature or an enchantment that's going to stay on the field. It's just I don't end of turn is like I gotta have it at the right time, the right place sort of deal. It's too situational, so I don't really use end of turn pluses often. I might have one in a deck at most, but if I'm gonna use a +1/+0, why am I not just gonna go with an equipment? Like, the equipment is probably gonna last longer than this, honestly. For 12 days and 12 nights,
Somat assailed the monster's shell. On the 13th morning, it cracked with the dawn. Heroics, a book of fables. I don't know who Somat is. I don't know if that's an older character, a new character, but who does that look like? Who does that look like in the art? They keep putting little hints at one of my favorite people. You know who I'm talking about? Because this, to me, in the art, looks like Marit Lage, or Marit Lage, as some people call it. I like to say Lage because I think it sounds fancier. Marit Lage gives it like a Latin feel to it. So, you know, we don't really know what Marit Lage is. I'm really hoping we get Marit Lage at some point. Even if it's like a Planeswalker version of her, or I just want an actual card that's not just an instant, not just a token. Even if it's a powered down, like Scion of Marit Lage, or something like that, like they did with the Ur Dragon. You had the Ur Dragon and then Scion of the Ur Dragon, where Marit Lage can only be, you know, created by like one of those things like Dark Depths or something like that. Slumber of Marit Lage. But then, you know, you got the Scion, where it's essentially her taking over another creature and turning into that creature type of thing. Or, you know, just like a version of her, like binded Marit Lage that just like has them binding her to a plane but still there. I don't know. I've always wanted to see that character since I had one of the cards back in the day that had the flavor text of her in it. Can't remember what it was. Shoot, I'm gonna stop rambling about it. But yes, I want it. This is just here because it is it's a foil. This is Plum the Forbidden. See, there we go. We got, you know, some cards with black with some flavor that Valentine couldn't give us. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice one or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way. You draw a card and lose one life. I might use this card. It's one black and one colorless for an instant. Yeah, I might use it somewhere. I don't know where yet. But black has plenty of decks where I'm going to be sacrificing stuff, and has plenty of stuff where it wants me to lose life, and plenty of stuff where I can get that life back or reanimate. So I don't see this being a particularly bad card. It's all on flavor for black. Strixhaven forbade all mages from the blood. What? Strixhaven forbade all magic from the Blood Age, so that is where Extus began his research. I cannot talk, guys. And just, you know, you want somebody fancy, go to that guy. I know his name is on the tip of my tongue. I watch him all the time. Oh shoot. I don't know. I'll get back to you guys. Archmage Emeritus. Let me know if this guy is from somewhere else. I don't know. It looks like Tezzeret to me. That was the first thing I thought when I saw him, but then I didn't see metal hands and stuff, so I was like, oh, it's probably not Tezzeret. But that would be cool, actually, if it was actually Tezzeret in disguise, right? You got Onyx and Tezzeret. You know, they didn't show Phyrexians in here. But what if this is just like the precursor, and then the next set is going to lead from here to this dude busting open, and he's like, everything was just a red herring, and really, Tezzeret is there, and here's the Phyrexians busting out of the planar bridge he's gotten here like everybody suspected before. That would be awesome. Because I'm still hoping. I'm still holding out hope. Still holding out hope. That's my cross fingers. That we get some Phyrexians again soon. Maybe next set. Phyrexians in freaking Innistrad. If we get Phyrexian werewolves and Phyrexian vampires, I am gonna cry. I will cry on camera, because I want Phyrexian werewolves. I love Phyrexians. I don't love werewolves. Phyrexian werewolves. If I got a Phyrexian werewolf dragon, it'd be over. I'd be done. I would not need another magic card. I would just have to build like decks around that one all the time. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Imagine a Phyrexian dragon werewolf. Oh, that'd be sick. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. That's his mage craft. He's a 2/2 for 2 colors and 2 blue. Yeah, I definitely use that. Copying an instant or sorcery spell. What did we just see? Double major, and it's in blue, so it works along with it. Throw that down with double major. Boom, 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 boom. Just copying left and right, and copying in blue, copying in Simic, or whatever they're calling it for this. Quandrix. Yeah, you're gonna do it. We're gonna do it all day. We can do it all night. Some emeritus professors return from their wanderings periodically to share tales of the mystical wonders of Arcavios. So he's Archmage Emeritus, so I thought that was his name, but it says some emeritus professor, so I guess it's a place, or a standing. I don't know, like, if it's like a title, the emeritus. But he says the wanders, share a tale of the mythical wonders of Arcavios. So does it mean they're not leaving Arcavios? So, not all who wander are planeswalkers. A drawback. And here we got Velamachis Lohold. I need the other dragon. I need a Witherbloom, but I'm cool because I can definitely put this in a deck or two that I got. I think this is the perfect Dungeons and Dragons colors. Boros Lorehold, red white, because you got dragons in red and then knights and soldiers in white, and dwarves, like perfect colors for like Dungeons and Dragons flavor theme. So I dig dragons and Boros. Or Lorehold. Shut your Lorehold. Don't judge me. 5, a red, and a white. We got Flying, Vigilance, and Haste. Whenever Velamachus Lorehold attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to Velamachus Lorehold's power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's a 7, 4, 5, 5. But look at all that text. It's gotta be good. And it's got Flying, Vigilance, and Haste. Yes, this is going in a deck if nothing other than the fact that, yes, I am a Timmy who likes my big dragons and flying creatures and fire breathers, and it's just pretty. It's all hell. Bring in all the hell. Pretty as all hell. I love it. I love it. I love it. Elemental Summoning. We already discussed this one. I guess I got 2 foils of that one. Leonin Light Scribe. I'm actually putting this, if I don't draw another one, it doesn't matter. This is going into my daughter's deck. I want to build her a cat deck, a squirrel deck, and a unicorn deck. Magic. Everyone at WotC, please make me more squirrels. I need a damn squirrel planeswalker for my daughter so I can get her into Magic. Make a damn squirrel girl planeswalker. Just make it a girl who's a squirrel, who's a planeswalker. Call it girl squirrel or some crap so I can really get my daughter into playing Magic. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Yes, I would totally use that. White isn't the heaviest for me in instant or sorceries, but there's plenty we use. We got things like all the board wipes. We got Path to Exile. freaking Swords of Plowshare, Wrath of God. There's plenty of stuff in white that we're going to use. So I could totally put this in my mono white deck, but my mono white deck is mono white humans, and I try to keep other creatures out of it. But I like that it's a cat card because, you know, I have the old Feline Ferocity deck, which I'm taking apart and putting back together for her and turning it into 2 separate decks. So yeah, that's good for me. Sorry, rant over with and done. We have Lightning Helix, and I actually got a Japanese version of this card as well. So I'm stoked for that. I got 2 Lightning Helixes, and Lightning Helix deals damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. It's 1 white and 1 red. And that's, I mean, it's essentially Lightning Bolt, but a little higher cost, but with gaining light factor. So, you know, it does that red Lightning Bolt thing that it's gonna do. Then it also does that white gain life thing. So I say that's the perfect mix of benefit to detraction for the extra cost. Yes, I mean, you're not going to get better than Lightning Bolt. 3 damage for 1 at instant speed. So let me show you guys some of the other cards I got in the collector booster I ended up picking up. So let's do this. This was in the set booster I got. Vanguard of Burmaz. I got these in one of the other set boosters I got for Kaldheim, and this has heroic whenever you cast a spell that targets Vanguard of Burmaz, put a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield. This is a cat soldier, so look, you got Boom, his boys in the back, and he's like, oh, you want to swing at me? You want to swing at me, buddy? You know where I'm from? From the Bronx, buddy. And he starts, his boys come at you from the back. They're like, yo, hey, yo, you scuffed my man's Tims. It's really good. Sorry, these are in sleeves. These are some of the ones I got from the collector booster. Some of these might just be other crap I have that's mixed in there because I had these in a box with my mono white deck. So that was Claim the Firstborn, Ingenuity Engine. That was from a another deck I bought, but I was actually thinking of switching that into my mono white deck. Returned Past Caller. That was in the collectors. Ageless Guardian. I think that one was in there too. That's from the other booster I got in the Commander Legends. Muse Vortex. I guess it's in one of the Muse Vortex. I guess this is in one of the Commander decks. Exile the top X cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value X or less from among them without paying the mana cost. Then put the exiled instant or sorcery card that weren't cast this way into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So this is definitely, you can see they have blue and red coming up there, but you also see a little green there. But I'm guessing this is more of this is in the Spellslinger deck, so probably Prismari. You see the lightning bolts coming out the sides there. And then this here, you can see, you notice, come on, you notice that 3 there? That's where it's telling you gain 3 life, or do 3 damage, something like that, because there's 2 3s in there. This is Lightning Helix. A gentleman at the store I bought this from helped translate this for me, Mr. Walter. He is a great dude over at the Strange Realms. They are a little game shop over here over in Tampa, Florida. I'm not in Tampa, but they are, and their shop is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's just it's a good shop. They'll work with you on a lot of things. They'll help you build what you're trying to build. Walter's the man to talk to about magic. Mr. Jordan over there is the man you talk to about any sort of role-playing game. He's the role-playing man. He's helping me put together. He's just giving me little tidbits, not like directly, but he's helping me put together a set for my D&D game I'm putting together for my daughter and one of her friends. So, great game store. I recommend checking them out highly. This, I believe, is Infuriate. Not 100%, but it gives you +3, +2. That's why I put it up there. But if I do use Infuriate in anything, I'm definitely using this version. It's a foil Infuriate. I mean, I don't even know if I want to use it, because look at that. It's so damn pretty. Yeah, it's just magnificent. Illuminate History. I don't remember where I got this one. I don't know if it was in there or not. It's a lesson. It's a rare lesson, so it's even more. But you can also use it as a sorcery. Discard any number of cards. Discard any number of cards. Then that many cards. Discard any number of cards. Then draw that many cards. Whoa, I'm off. That's what happens when you try to read upside down instead of just reading from the screen. Then, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, create a 3/2 red-white spirit creature token. That's a mouthful for no reason. Look at the detail in this stonework, Professor. Our assumptions about early Catharan tool use may not be correct. Why wouldn't it say may be incorrect? Say may be not. Yeah, it's too much. Too much. Cody! Voracious Codex! Okay, we're gonna take a second to read Cody. You can look at Cody, Voracious Codex. Let me show you the art a little up closer. You see the little stand that he's got like legs from. And here we're gonna read Cody the Voracious Codex. Can the class read along with me? God damn it, I can't figure this out. You can't cast permanent spells. What? Okay. Pay 4 colorless and tap this card. Add Wooburg, white, blue, black, red, green. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery with lesser mana value. Until the end of turn, you may cast cards without paying its mana cost. Put each other card exiled this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. I'm not even going to try to break this down. I will put something in the description at some point about how to break that down, because God, that's a mouthful. Basic Conjuration. This is a card I'm absolutely using. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You gain 3 life. So I'm not getting rid of anything. I'm not exiling crap. It's a lesson. It costs 3, 2 green, and 1 colorless. So even if I'm not using it as a lesson, I can use it as a dangle sorcery, and do that with it. And that's the one I had up there before. You already saw that. And then boom, we got our miscut Strict Proctor. That was in the collectors. And you know, there is a little market for miscuts. I don't know if this is, I don't think this is miscut enough. You typically want to see other parts of the card in this card. Like, you know, the next card, you want to get a little bit of it in there. But in this top corner, that little silver is not a scratch. That's actually the beginning of the wording that would be here at the bottom. Like where it says Wizards of the Coast there. That up here in this corner, if this damn camera would adjust, that little silver part in the top part is just that. It's the wording that would be on the next card. And then down here on the bottom, come on. Sorry, I'm not an AB guy. I never did AB club. I don't know if they had AB club. Whatever. You get the gist of it. You get the gist of it. Add 1 mana of any it's Arcane Signet. This is from my Command Collector's booster. You know what Arcane Signet does. And you know what Commander Sphere does. Not the podcast. Those guys are cool, but we're not talking about them. Talk about me. This is my show. My show. And my show is over. Good fight. Good night. This is me talking. Have a good night. We're going to crack open some boosters in the next video. Bye.